So who watches a Facebook Live video at 6:30 Eastern time in the morning? Just been here unloading and reloading some tractors and looking at some of the things we got coming up for our auction next week. And I thought I'd do a little video on this Oliver right here. Pretty darn rare tractor that's got an interesting history. Hey, I got two people watching anyway. This Oliver has a very interesting history, folks. This is an Oliver 1950 T Industrial. Only 27 1950 T of this style industrial were made in four-wheel drive. And that includes ag ones too. This may be a one-of-a-kind, I'm not sure. This tractor is four-wheel drive. It was painted factory yellow at the factory. I'm going to show it to you. Then I'm going to tell you the most amazing fact of all about it. It was used at a factory pulling wagons around. And we do have a Wheatland drawbar that's going to go with it. It's a shame they overpainted it white because the yellow underneath it's pretty darn good. It's a little rough around the edges, but it absolutely runs like a Swiss watch. Now here's the best part about this. This is our tractor. I bought it 4,000 miles away. This tractor was originally shipped to the Netherlands, and we brought it back. So if you're at all a fan of, hey, I see a few people watching here. If any of you are a fan of rare Olivers, this is probably as rare as it's going to get. The early 1950 T, which was the first one they used the Cockshutt engine on, with a single air cleaner like that, there were 27 four-wheel drives built. And that includes agricultural ones too. I've sent away for the build card information from the Floyd County Museum. It's entirely possible it may have been the only one ever painted yellow. So it's about as rare a tractor as one could ever get. For those of you who aren't too familiar with these, it's Oliver chassis, basically the same back half as like an 1850 would have. But the 1850 had a Perkins engine, which was about 85, 90 horse, and they wanted more horsepower. So this is when they first got in bed with Waukesha and started buying Waukesha engines. And this is the famous Waukesha 310 with a turbo, which a lot of the early ones disintegrated on the 55 series. This is the better one because it's got the big oil cooler. If you find 1855 was the worst. They had a turbo and a little oil cooler, and they were the ones that gave all the trouble. It has a Clark front axle, which was also used on a lot of wheel loaders. In fact, like the dry shafts of them, you could get them generic from most anybody 20 years ago because so many different wheel loaders and stuff used it. This has original Oliver flat weights on the front. They told me I had 1,700 hours, which is absolutely impossible. But what I don't understand is that tractor is still sitting on the original back tires that it was shipped from the factory with. I wish I knew more about it. I bought it through a dealer friend of mine in the Netherlands, and I didn't get a whole lot of history on it because it was consigned to him. But at any rate, whoever buys this and restores it, it runs great. It'd be cool to see it restored all in bright yellow. I think I'd probably lose the cab if I was going to do it, you know. But I'm not sure what kind of decals you'd put on it, being a 1950 T Industrial. I'm trying to see because a 1950 T would normally have had the strips along here that said 1950, but this has no holes in the side of the hood. I'm not sure if maybe this had some kind of special decal when it was built new. I'm really not sure. But I got a lot more videos we'll have in the next couple days. We've got some cool original muscle tractors coming up in our auction next week. For instance, a super original 4020 John Deere high crop, a super nice 72 4020, an 1850 Cockshutt that's killer, a G1000 Mini with only 1,600 hours, and a G1355 over there. And I think up here there's a 72 2520 with real low hours. I'll get them in a row and do a video on them soon. But for those of you who got up early and watched my video on the Oliver, it's great to see you. We'll have some more good videos this week. And I hope you all enjoy your Father's Day weekend. Thank you very much for watching. Geez, there's 21 people watching. You know what? I'll go down and show you these John Deeres. What the heck? There's nobody else here this time of the morning. Just a little preview. These are some we're selling next week too. If you're a John Deere fan and you like high crops, they don't come any better than this. This is a California 4020 Powershift high crop, and it's just as clean as a Midwestern row crop. Powershift, original paint, 2 rear wheel weights on each wheel. Look at that. Even got the original PTO shield, original PTO cover here, original fenders. sway blocks. Usually high crops are junk. They've been to Louisiana. There's a nice one. Then here, the next one I'm selling. This tractor has quite a history. This tractor I bought from the original owner's farm sale, come out of Nebraska. I bought it in 2004. So I've owned this tractor 16 years. It's been in my collection 16 years, and I'm gravitating toward older stuff, so I'm going to sell this. This is a 1972, very late 1972 4020. Has 5,600 hours, has original front tires. When I bought it, it had a new set of some kind of different tires. I had a set of almost new old stock original Goodyear that I put on them. That's the tires that tractor would have been shipped from the factory with. It's original paint. It has absolutely no rust. It has air conditioning in the Hiniker Cab, which is pretty cool. Now, if it was John Deere, their cabs, they put the air conditioning right here, okay? The Hiniker puts it down under here. When I bought this tractor 16 years ago, the air worked good, and it still does. I have the owner's manual for the air conditioning. I have the owner's manual for the cab. I have the owner and service manual for the tractor. A nice 4020s you'd find on earth, that will get sold a week from today in our 27th auction, along with the 4020 high crop. Here's the 1850 Cockshutt that's absolutely killer that I did a Facebook video on a while ago. That sells too. If you're a Mini-Mo fan, they don't get any better than this one here. There's a G1000 LP Gas with under 2,000 original hours. We bought that. A friend of mine bought that out in South Dakota for me. As clean as a Mini will ever get, that's for darn sure. And there's a 1355. Not real pretty, but not going to be 20,000 either. And of course, a hard tractor to find in open station. So a pretty cool row ride here. It's nice to see 21 people watching this time of the morning. Y'all look at our list on Proxy Bid. We got the catalog on there. There'll be 500 items in the sale. These will all sell kind of late morning in our sale, probably about 11 a.m. Eastern time. And these are all in one row. They'll all sell in about a half-hour segment there. So watch the catalog, look at the pictures, text me, message me if you're interested, anything like that. If you don't mind me walking up a little bit, I'll show you. There's the 1950T again. There's a little L somebody brought in. But I wanted to show you another old tractor we're going to sell this next weekend. If you're a John Deere fan, that also people would like. We have here a 1972 2520. And what makes that cool is it's built, it's in the last 100 built. That's what's neat if you're a 72 fan. It's a 2520 diesel synchro with a ROPS, originally shipped to Georgia. And I think this one I bought about 5 years ago, and we were using it with a New Holland 38 flail chopper last couple summers a little bit. If you're a 1972 fan, there it is. There's a 68 standard that was going to be in the sale, but I sold that. That's leaving this morning. So that's just a little preview of some of the muscle and classic tractors we have on our auction next week. Like I said, if you're interested, message me, give me a call. And take a look at our catalog at www.mcfaddens.com or proxybid.com. A lot of cool stuff coming up, and we'll have plenty more tractor videos for you too. Thanks, everybody.